Well, that's the second week of training finished. Hi, I'm Ferg, and I'm going to run a marathon. I just finished my second week of training, and it's been going good so far. It was a bit of a shaky start to the week. I missed my training day on Christmas, but thankfully I made up for it later on in the week. My runs this week have started to feel a good bit easier. I feel like I have more energy in my runs, and I've naturally started running faster. I've increased my pace from 7 minutes 20 per kilometer to 6 minutes 50 per kilometer. Half a minute increase feels pretty big to me, and I even find myself trying to slow my pace down during my runs. Due to how my training's been going, I've decided to change up my training a bit sooner than I expected. For this week, I did 4 runs, going a distance of 5 kilometers, which is actually a little bit more than I said originally. Next week, I'm going to increase that to 6 kilometers, but I'm also going to add in 1 day of tempo training and 1 long run during the week. Tempo training, simply put, is running faster, but for a shorter distance. The idea is to train your body to get used to running faster. Obviously, that's harder on your body, which is why you run it at a shorter distance. In total, the tempo run will be 4 kilometers, with the first kilometer being at an easy pace to warm up, and then the next 2 kilometers being at a faster, more consistent pace, and at the end, an easier, cool down kilometer. My hope is this will train my body to go harder, so that my normal runs will feel easier and I expend less energy. I hope. The long run is a bit more self-explanatory. You train your body to go further distances so that it can handle the stress whenever it comes to race day. I'm not a professional. I don't have a clue if this will actually help. I'm just taking information from a bunch of different sources and then seeing what works for me. So next week's training plan is to do 2 6-kilometer easy runs, 1 4-kilometer tempo run, and 1 10-kilometer long run, and then increase that each week leading up to the marathon. For example, the week after that, 2 7-kilometer easy runs, 1 5-kilometer tempo run, and 1 12.5-kilometer long run. This will be a much larger increase to my training intensity than last week, but I do think I need it. At the start of the challenge, I wanted to be very cautious about increasing my training intensity due to previous issues that I've had with shin splints. When I was training for my half marathon, I would notice after a few training sessions that I would get a soreness or discomfort in my calves. At first, I thought it was just delayed onset muscle soreness, and part of it was, but I would keep training and then the soreness would get to a point where I just couldn't train anymore and I would have to take a week, sometimes more, off. This happened too many times. So this time around, I did some research into shin splints, figuring out what causes them and how to prevent them. Well, what are shin splints? Shin splints is pain located in the shin bone, usually caused by overworking the muscles. The muscles that cause shin splints are the anterior tibialis and the posterior tibialis. Overworking these areas causes tightness and stress tears, which is where the pain comes from shin splints. There's a few different things you can do to help prevent shin splints. The 3 main ones are massaging and stretching, running technique, and running on softer ground. Massaging and stretching helps relieve the tightness and soreness that is in the muscle. Running on softer ground and improving running technique lessens the impact on your shins and helps prevent stress tears in the muscle. I started focusing more on my technique and running on grass and softer areas throughout the week, and the results have been amazing. Before the start of this week, I could feel the same soreness creeping back into my legs that I felt before whenever I would get shin splints. But due to these preventative measures that I've taken, my legs are feeling way better. It hasn't gone away completely, but it's become a lot more manageable and it seems to be going away slower over time. And yeah, I got a good bit more confidence to train harder. I even added in an extra run this week. So far, I'm pretty happy with my training. I'm seeing good progress and I'm getting a hold of issues that I've had in the past. I've learned that this challenge isn't just about putting on my running shoes and going out for a run. There's a lot of research and a lot of things that I need to do in order to complete this goal. running technique, training styles, injury prevention, nutrition, and so much more. The more I learn, the more excited and proud I am that I'm doing this. But I also get a little bit scared. The more I learn, the more things I have to implement into my training routine. And I start getting thoughts like, am I disciplined enough for this? Am I good enough to do this? And my insecurities start kind of running away with me. Whenever these negative thoughts come in, there's always a feeling of just, maybe it will be easier to just stop and quit the challenge. But facing that is one of the reasons why I'm doing this in the first place. To teach myself to be better and to improve and to overcome bad habits that I have. So far, I'm happy with the progress that I've made, but I still feel like there's a lot to do. And it's only 13 weeks until the actual marathon, so there's a lot more to come in front of me as well. And while at times I don't feel super confident that I'm capable of doing it, I'm going to give it my best. But for now, this is the end of the video. And thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.